Welcome back to Old Charles. Today we are looking at the fascinating United Kingdom 2-shilling coin from 1966. This classic British coin is one of the last coins produced before the United Kingdom changed to the decimal currency system in 1971. Many collectors search for this coin because it represents the end of an important chapter in British coin history. The 1966 2-shilling coin is also known as the florin. It was first introduced in the 19th century and remained in circulation for many decades. The 1966 issue was struck during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. On the front of the coin you will find the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Around the portrait is the traditional Latin inscription that identifies the Queen. The reverse design is one of the most attractive features of this coin. It displays the floral emblems of the four nations of the United Kingdom. You can see the English rose, the Scottish thistle, the Welsh leek and the Irish shamrock arranged in a beautiful pattern. This design symbolizes the unity of the United Kingdom and has become one of the most recognized designs in British coinage. The coin is made from cupro nickel and weighs about 11.31 grams. It has a diameter of 28.3 millimeters and a smooth edge. The large size and elegant design make it popular among collectors even though it is not considered a rare coin. Around 84 million examples were produced in 1966, which means many survived and can still be found today. Now let us talk about the value, because this is the question that most collectors ask. A heavily circulated 1966 2-shilling coin is usually worth only a small amount above its original face value. Coins in average circulated condition often sell for around $1 to $3 depending on their appearance and collector demand. Higher grade coins with very little wear can sell for several dollars more. Brilliant. Uncirculated examples that have never entered circulation are more desirable and may bring higher prices, especially if they have attractive original luster. Collectors should always inspect their coin carefully before deciding its value. Look for scratches, rim damage, stains and signs of cleaning, because these can reduce the price. A coin with sharp details, clean surfaces and natural color is much more appealing than one that has been polished or damaged. Some people believe every old coin is valuable, but age alone does not determine price. The condition, rarity, historical importance and collector demand all work together to decide the market value. That is why two coins from the same year can have very different prices. The 1966 2-shilling coin is an excellent choice for beginners who want to start collecting British coins. It is affordable, easy to find and connected to an important period in the history of the United Kingdom. Since it was issued only a few years before decimalization, it reminds collectors of the final years of the traditional British money system. If you own one of these coins, keep it in a protective holder and avoid cleaning it, because cleaning can lower its collector value. Proper storage will help preserve its original finish for many years. The story of the United Kingdom 2-shilling coin goes back hundreds of years. The coin is commonly known as the florin. It was first introduced in 1849 during the reign of Queen Victoria. At that time Britain was still using the old system of pounds, shillings and pence. The florin was worth 2 shillings, which was 1/10 of a pound. This made it an early step toward the idea of decimal currency, even though the country would not officially adopt decimal money until more than 100 years later. Over the decades, the 2-shilling coin became a familiar part of everyday life in the United Kingdom. Millions of people used it to pay for shopping, public transport, meals and many other daily expenses. As different kings and queens came to the throne, the portrait on the front of the coin changed to reflect the new monarch. Each design tells the story of a different period in British history. The 1966 2-shilling coin was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. At that time Britain was experiencing major social and economic changes. The country was rebuilding after the Second World War, while modern technology, industry and culture were transforming everyday life. The coin circulated through this exciting period and became part of the daily lives of millions of British citizens. The front of the 1966 coin features the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. This portrait became one of the most recognizable images in British coinage and appeared on many different denominations. It represents the early years of one of the longest reigning monarchs in British history. The reverse of the coin celebrates the unity of the United Kingdom. It displays the national floral emblems including the English rose, the Scottish thistle, the Welsh leek and the Irish shamrock. These symbols were carefully arranged to represent the traditions and identity of the four nations that make up the United Kingdom. By the 1960s, the British government was preparing to replace the old currency system with a simpler decimal system. This historic change finally took place in 1971 on Decimal Day. After decimalization, the value of the old 2-shilling coin was equal to 10 new pence. Because its size and metal composition were almost identical to the new 10-pence coin, many 2-shilling coins continued to circulate for years after the change. The 1966 issue became one of the final 2-shilling coins struck before decimalization.